Welcome to Kids Academy.
Hello boys and girls, it's Teacher Mike here. And today we're going to be looking at a worksheet that asks us to add and subtract by 10. Let's look at a few examples and then we'll get started with the worksheet. Let's say for example we have the number 75. We wanted to add 10 to 75. You know, it's a lot easier than you think because when you're adding 10 to something, there's always going to be a 0 in the ones place. When you add 0 to anything, it's always just going to be the same number. So 5 plus 0 is just 5. So that's really easy just to bring down that top number. Now if you add 7 plus 1, whenever you're adding a number to 1, it's always just the next number above it. So 7 plus 1 is just 8. So I know 75 plus 10 is 85. Do you think you could do one in your head? What if we had 65 plus 10? Well, let's see. 5 plus 0 is just 5. And 6 plus 1, well, 1 more than 6 is 7. So I know that 65 plus 10 is 75, because the only number that changes is my 6. What about if we wanted to take away 10? Well, if we started with our same number, 75, and took away 10, we have the same type of problem. We have a 0 in the ones place. So 5 minus 0 is just 5. You're taking nothing away. So whenever you subtract 0 from a number, you're taking away nothing. So the number stays the same. If you're taking away 1 from a number, it's just becoming 1 less. 7 minus 1 is just 6, because 6 comes right before 7. You could, I bet, even do this in your head. So let's try taking 10 away from 65. Remember, when you take away 0 from anything, so 5 minus 0, you're just going to have 5. Remember that. And now 6 minus 1, what's just 1 less than 6? Well, that's just 5. So 65 minus 10 is just 55. The 5 stayed the same, and the only number that changed was 6. It became 1 less and turned into a 5. Let's use these examples to help us complete the worksheet. Rocket math. Let's add and subtract by 10. Check the rockets with the correct equations. Okay, so let's look at this first rocket, 25 plus 10. And this rocket has a sum of 45. So let's see if that's correct. Well, 25 plus 10. Remember, anything plus 0 is just the same number. So 5 plus 0 is 5. And 2 plus 1, well, 2 plus 1 equals 3. So 35 is not the same as 45. So this first rocket is not correct. So we are not going to check that. Let's take a look at the second rocket. We have 36 minus 10, and it has a difference of 26. Well, let's see if this is correct. Remember, when you take 0 away from any number, your number doesn't change. 6 minus 0 is just 6. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have an answer of 26. 36 minus 10 equals 26. This rocket is correct. Go ahead and check that. Let's take a look at the next one. 13 plus 10. This rocket has a sum of 23. Let's go ahead and check that. 3 plus 0. Remember, anything plus 0, the number stays the same. We have a 3 again. And 1 plus 1 just equals 2. This rocket is correct again. It shows a sum of 23. So let's go ahead and check that rocket. The next rocket, the blue rocket, has a number sentence that says 89 minus 10, and it has a difference of 78. I start to notice something. 9 minus 0 is going to be 9 because we're taking nothing away from it. And 8 minus 1 is 7. So we have a difference of 79. Here in our rocket, we have 78. So this is not correct. You could also know this is not correct just by looking at the ones place. When you take away 0 from 9, you know the number is just going to be 9. So when I see an 8 in the ones place in our difference, I start to get suspicious that this answer choice is not correct. Let's look at our last few rockets. We have 60 minus 10, and it gives a difference of 50. Well, let's see if this is correct. 0 minus 0, of course, is just 0. And 6 minus 1, we're taking away 1 from 6, so 1 less than 6 is 5. 60 minus 10 is 50. So this rocket shows a correct number sentence. The next rocket shows 44 plus 10. The answer on the rocket is 54. Let's see if this is correct. 4 plus 0 is just 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. This gives us a sum of 54, just like on the rocket, meaning this is a correct number sentence. And finally, our last number sentence is 77 minus 10. The rocket shows a difference of 66. I'm starting to get suspicious because I see a 7 in the ones place. So I don't think it's correct, but let's subtract just to be sure. 7 minus 0 is 7 because you're taking nothing away. And 7 minus 1 is 6. So it gives us an answer of 67. Although the numbers are close, they are not the same. So this number sentence is not correct. Remember, boys and girls, when you're adding or taking away a 10, only one number is going to change, and that's the number in the tens place. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. We'll see you next time.